Alright, welcome back, yo. Alright, so now that we covered all the basics, let's get a fresh new page. I'm gonna go new. Boom. We'll get into where you're gonna save that like in a few minutes. Let's just set up a new page. Now the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go to where? Setup. Let's do those setup tags. Once again, everything in HTML5 must be in the middle of a bracket system. Bracket system looks like this. That's your open, and that's your close. And then whatever you put in, you could type it all on one line, or you could do that. So we'll just start doing it like this though, just to get you familiar, and then you could get fancy once you think you're nice. So for right now, we're just gonna put open and a close. All right. So everything you do must have an open, must have a close. All right. So first thing we're gonna start now. Open starts with the exclamation mark. Now this is a very important part. Now doc type. This is telling the machine what type of document it should expect, which is a doc type HTML, right? And then now I wrote this in lowercase, this doc type. Most machines like always read this, but the better practice is always going to be to capitalize. I'm lazy, so I'm going to follow my lazy ways. Alright, that's the first thing we wanted man to know, is that we're using a doc type and it's going to be HTML. Now, the first thing we're going to put, or the second thing rather, is our open HTML tag. Open bracket, HTML. The rest most should be in lowercase. It's just that doc type word, so don't think that I'm doing it wrong. But don't be trying to type. Like, don't be trying to type this. It's not going to really work that well for you. The rest should be lowercase. Alright? And just like I always said, what's open should be closed. So right here, I'm going to close it with a HTML. Boom. My next thing that I want to put in here is going to be my head, not to be mistaken with the header, but my head. Whole different story. You'll see why later down the line, but just trust me. Like I said, you could put stuff on the same line if you think you're nice. I know most of you out there think you're nice by now because you type 3 lines. So we're going to see. Your head, your head stuff, you could put like your titles, or like your style once we get some style, but right now you ain't got no style. So we're going to, let's say I wanted to put like my title. Like your title is what's going to show up for like the name up on the page. You'll see, watch, once we save it. Title, I'm doing one line. If you don't care, if you haven't caught on by now, then I don't know what to tell you. You're on the wrong program, buddy. We're gonna call the title of this. I like to type this in base, in upper cases. I can't even talk, man. My tooth. I'll be glad when my tooth gets pulled out, man. Oh my god. That's why I'm doing all these now, because I probably won't be able to talk for like a week. Alright. I'm just gonna leave that like that. Teaching you like a little style now, so you don't have to be so primitive, right? Alright, let's put that back in place. Next, you're going to go. You need your you're gonna go with your body. Your body is like your main part, like where you're gonna put all your stuff at, but people gonna see stuff at. They're not gonna see that. Like everything from line 1 here through line 6, no one's really going to see that. It's just the machine going to see it, like the computer. Everything from line 6 through, let's say I would put some stuff in here, through line 8 is what the people will see, because that's embedded in your body. It's enclosed in your body. Anything after that body tag, they won't see, so it doesn't even matter. I'll close that cat. Gaps don't really make a difference in HTML. Whether I put 100 spaces or whatever, it don't make a difference. And programs like Python, which is the special cousin of programming, white spaces are your enemy. I've seen people work on codes for like days and days and days with thousands of lines of code, and it's not working, only to find out that there's a white space where there shouldn't have been one, and it's like impossible, man. It's anyway, but that's your basic setup though. So let's make sure we got everything on here. All right, well, let's type something in this so we can pull this up to make sure that it's working. So once again, I got my doc type, my open HTML, which is my closing HTML. I've got my head, my closing head, my title, my close title. All right, let's try to put something in here. Remember when I said before about that H1? All right, I'm going to show you how this goes. H1, right? I'm going to close that with what? H5? Nope. H1 again. Come on, man, pay attention. And I'm going to show you how this breaks down. I'm going to do an H2, right? I'm not being lazy, and I'm not copying and pasting. I'm actually typing. Uh-oh. And one more. I'm going to give you an H3. And we're going to learn two things at one time. The first thing is to make sure that your setup and your page is actually functional, and to show you how the difference in that H1 tags is. And we're going to write the word test, and one more. See how that kind of brings it in for you? You could just hit that and normally it'll give you the test. It didn't do it for me. Forgive me. Alright. Like I said, spacing doesn't make a difference. I can space it like that. I can space it like that. Or I can space it like, did too much spacing. Hold on. I mess up, man. Spacing, I can space it like that. It doesn't matter how you space it. There's no white space clicking. Watch, it's all going to come the same thing. But for right now, let me show you the correct way real quick. I'm playing. Right. I like my stuff to look kind of neat. This ain't even the right way. I'm just showing you I'm showing you logic. All right, now where you save it at makes a difference. How you save it makes the most difference. Watch me go File, Save As. I'm gonna just say this. I'm gonna just go to my desktop with this. I'm just kind of look at my programs, and we're gonna call this set up dot HTML. You have to do that dot HTML. If you don't put the HTML, you ain't. It's saved as a document and it won't be able to read on the computer as a web program. So we're going to save that. All right. Now that it's saved, I'm going to go up here and I'm going to hit run. Now you can pick your own browser, whether you want Firefox, Internet Explorer, Chrome, Safari. So the best to me is Chrome, but I'm lazy, so I hit Internet Explorer. Boom. And if you look up here, you should see everything that we just rocked. So there's my title. So we know this worked because you can see it, right? Now there's my title, set up. Boom. See right there? Then you see my test. Now see what happened when we got down to that test, how this one was large, small, smaller. Because that's an H1, that's an H2, H3. And then you don't see this part. Let's try to add something real quick so we know what it is. All right, let's put H1. Here let's put H2, and here let's put H3. We're gonna save that. Go back to our other page, and all we have to do is just refresh the page and watch what happens. Boom. See what I'm saying? What I was saying about the spacing last time, it doesn't matter whether I space that, right? Well, let's see before I start talking, right? And then I hit the button, and then I look crazy. Yeah, see, it don't make a difference. So I could put that like 100 feet away, and then make that one all the way down the block. Comes back the same, man. Boom, alright? Let's see what happens if I put it together, whether it comes with one word. See, now here, spacing made a difference because, so the limit, this is one space for the normal. So once you get past one space, then it's all the same. All right, let's fix that. One space. We save it. See what we got. It should fix now. Boom. See what I'm saying? So let's see y'all get this far first and then go on to the next one. If you have any problems, text me, shoot me an email or response or something, and I'll get you past it. If not, just go back and just follow back along and see where you messed up at. All right? Peace.